All
Todd,
right.
you do it. Todd, are you doing attendance again?
Yeah, I'm going to do the whole thing. It's a regular meeting, basically. So bear with me because you're about to hear this wonderful thing I'm going to say again, Sue.
Oh, Lord.
As chair of the Timberlane Regional School District Budget Committee Board, I find that due to the state of emergency declared by the governor as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and in accordance with the governor's emergency order number 12 pursuant to Executive Order 2020-04, this public body is authorized to meet electronically. There is no physical location to observe and listen contemporaneously to this meeting, which was authorized pursuant to the governor's emergency order. However, in accordance with the emergency order, I am confirming that we are A, providing public access to the meeting by audio and video utilizing a Zoom webinar platform where all members of the board have the ability to communicate contemporaneously during the meeting. And the public has access to contemporaneously listen and view by logging on to www.timberlane.net/Zoom-Budcom. B, we have given notice to the public of the necessary information for accessing this meeting. This information has been provided along with the agenda and posted to the board's website at www.timberlane.net. C, we have provided a phone number for the public to alert this public body during the meeting if there are problems with access. That phone number is 603-382-6541, extension 3955. We will adjourn the meeting and reschedule if the public is unable to access the meeting. Additionally, all votes that are taken during this meeting shall be done by roll call vote. We will begin the meeting by taking a roll call attendance. When members state their presence, they must also state whether there is anyone in the room with them during this meeting, which is required under the right to know law. So before we do the roll call, can we get a flag, Dean? And Mrs. Sherman, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. I pledge allegiance
To
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Sherman.
We should have had a 48-star flag for her.
Wait, why?
So funny.
Don't go there.
Okay. Jaleese, if you wouldn't mind doing the roll call.
Mr. Claire?
I'm still here, alone in the room with those other people in the house.
Peter Below?
I'm still here alone in this room with other people in the house.
Brian Boyle?
Still here alone in the room with other people in the house.
Steve Finnegan? Kathleen Gorman? Julie Hammond?
I'm still here. There are other people in the house.
Michael Muscola?
I am here. I am alone in the room and alone in the house.
Todd McCormick?
I am here. I'm alone in the room. There are other people in the house.
Sue Sherman?
I'm here representing Plastow, alone in the office. There are other members of my family in the house.
And Phil Sherwood?
I'm here, I'm alone in the room, but there are loud family members outside the room in the household.
Okay, all set?
Okay, great. All right, let's call this meeting to order, 9:03 p.m. Well, I guess we kind of already did that. Roll call's already been done. Let's move to approval of the minutes from our December 21st, 2020 meeting. If I could get a motion from the floor.
Hold on, Todd.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Point of order. I'd like to have stated in the minutes that again, Sandown has no representation here this evening, either at the public hearing as budget committee members, nor here this evening. I know Mrs. Lowe was concerned about that Sandown be represented.
Noted. What am I looking at the screen for, Peter?
Sue.
Hmm?
Sue Sherman.
Oh, I'm
Join
sorry.
us.
Sorry, Sue. I didn't realize your hand was up. I was looking at the agenda. All right, could we pull up the agenda packet, Jeff? Oh, you're on mute, Jeff. Last year we did this meeting in the stage right behind the table in the back, you remember?
Mhm.
So approval of the minutes. So can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I make the motion.
I'll second it.
Second from Michael. Take some seconds to look it over, please.
Does everyone have the minutes in the package?
Yeah, they should. They're in the packet.
Yeah, excellent.
Don't ask questions like that, Jeff.
I ask it because I don't want to leave it on the screen. I want to at least be able to take the roll call when it comes up.
Any discussion? Any changes anyone sees?
Best minutes I've ever seen.
All right. All right, let's call for a roll call then.
Christy Leclerc,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Absolutely.
Brian Boyle,
Yes.
Julie Hammond,
Yes. Oops. Yeah.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
Yes,
Phil Sherwood.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, motion passes. Next on the agenda, action on the budget, on the budget, if applicable. This would be a time for anyone. We cannot increase the budget. We can only decrease it after the public hearing. If anyone has any motions that they wanted to make now, that would be the time. But that's not the end, though. I mean, we can make changes after the deliberative as well, if need be, based on the public's input and the vote.
I don't believe, Todd, I don't believe you can at deliberative. I think that if it changes.
Well,
minutes deliberative-
I don't mean we can make changes, but we
Oh.
can make adjustments afterwards if we must, because of however the voting goes during the deliberative. Sorry. Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so let's move on to recommendation on warrant articles. So for some of you who are new, we don't make recommendations on every warrant article. It's only if it has a dollar impact to the district. So if we could do that next, I think then we'll talk about future dates, and then we'll be done here.
Point of clarification. We're able to weigh in on ones that don't have a fiscal impact, right? And we can, but we also can abstain or sit out from ones that do. Am I wrong about that? I thought last year
I don't think we can vote on it unless it has a dollar impact.
okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I mean, you can abstain anytime you want from anything, Phil, but
Right.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Jeff, did you want to pull that up?
I'll share it out. And the way that I'm looking at this, I believe you should all be able to see. I believe that the articles that would be impacted monetarily would be the operating budget, the 3 union CBAs, which are Articles 3, 5, 7, and then the capital reserve, which is Article 9. So
Okay.
typically, if we started with Article 2, typically we would hopefully have someone make a motion in the affirmative to recommend an article, and then in the affirmative, even if they were going to vote against it, and then we could set it out so that it would be recommended, in favor, against, or abstain.
I recommend we
make a
support
motion?
Article 2. I make a motion, we support Article 2.
or recommend.
Whatever.
Well, do it correctly. Motion to,
I make a motion, we recommend Article 2. As
As
written.
Second.
Phil seconds. Can we do a roll call? Jill, well, I guess we need to do discussion, yes?
Sure, yes, and at the risk of being scolded by Sue Sherman for not doing it properly, I'm just curious if there's nothing contentious in here, and not that we want to invite people to look ahead, but I wouldn't be shocked if, however the votes fall here, they fall sort of uniformly across the lines. Are we able to group these together? Or are we legally obliged to take them up individually and have individual motions made?
No, it needs to be individual motions.
I knew I'd get slapped on the wrist by Ms. Sherman.
You're not saving any time.
All right, since we're just motioning and voting to recommend it, I mean, if someone has something to say as far as discussion, feel free, but I think typically we just go ahead and call the vote. And in this case, a roll call. So the motion is to recommend this budget, this article as written. Jaleese?
Christia Claire,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Yes.
Brian Boyle,
No.
Julie Hammond,
Yes.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
Yes,
Phil Sherwood.
Yes,
Okay.
Showing 7-1-0.
Mhm.
All right. Looking for another motion for Article 3.
Make a motion to approve, recommend the approval of Article 3.
second,
Christia Claire,
Yeah, yes.
Peter Bealow,
Yes.
Brian Boyle,
Yes.
Julie Hammond,
Yes.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
yes,
Phil Sherwood,
yes,
8-0-0.
Whoops. All right.
Looking for a motion for Article 5.
you're 6, right? Go back to
5.
4.
Gotta go to 4.
I don't think we recommend on 4, do we? No.
Because no, it's on
No.
cost. It's a cost item.
Correct.
Oh, well, I got you.
Not really.
School board would,
No.
yeah, the school board would put it on. It's
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay.
So Article 5, looking for a motion.
I recommend, I support the passage of Article 5.
Second.
Christia Claire,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Yep.
Brian Boyle,
Yes.
Julie Hammond,
Yes.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
Yes,
Phil Sherwood,
yes,
8-0-0.
And now Article 7.
To make a motion to recommend the passage of Article 7.
I second.
Christia Claire,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Yes.
Brian Boyle,
Yes.
Julie Hammond,
Yes.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
yes,
Phil Sherwood,
yes,
8-0-0.
All right, Article 9.
I'll make a motion to put this, to move this forward, but I would like a moment for some discussion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. Let a discussion ensue.
So it's a question to Brian. I probably should have asked Ms. Farah when she was bringing this up, but you don't have any, we have no plans to use any of this money this year out of the fund. Do we? Do you?
Not that I know of, no. Well, yeah, well,
Because you have to have had a warrant article to spend it, right?
correct. Yeah, you won't be taking any money out of this, yes, out of
Right.
the
This is just
900,000.
Trying to build it back up again, because we did take, what, 500 and some odd out to get it back. I've always been concerned that this is way too small a fund. I understand, but, okay, that was my question. Thank you, Brian.
But that's if it's available, so. As
Right.
Kim- As Kim pointed out, we want to spend as much as we can on the cap, whatever we can.
Right.
So under the current model, it doesn't seem likely that we'll have any contributions to capital reserve if the appropriations are going to be coming from money apportioned as capital
Yeah.
in the future.
We're gonna have spent it all anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay, anyone else with questions? Jaleese?
Christia Claire,
Yes.
Peter Bealow,
Yes.
Brian Boyle,
Yes,
Julie Hammond,
Yes.
Michael Mascola,
Yes.
Todd McCormick,
Yes.
Sue Sherman,
Yes.
and Phil Sherwood.
Yes.
800.
Okay. Well, that's that. Future agenda and dates. So getting pretty short on what's left on the agendas, as in all on the 4th of February with an asterisk. So the deliberative is as you, for right now, and I don't see it changing, it is what it is. So you all are welcome to be there. There, like I said, there's a couple rows in the front for the school board and the budget committee. It'll be 6 feet apart. If you want to be there to cast your vote, to comment, and do everything that we do, you'll have the opportunity. I think, Jeff, did I read that there would be like a separate mic for the school board and the budget committee members to be able to come up and address questions like we normally do when we're up on the stage?
Right, but not the individual mics that we were, or the shared individual mics that we would normally have. It'll be one mic for the
Yeah.
entire lot. of-
Yep. So, so that's that plan. I'll be up on stage with Dr. Farah, Mr. O'Shaughnessy, and Dr. Cochran. Post deliberative, we would meet to make any adjustments where that being either changing a recommendation because something got changed on the floor of the deliberative, changing a number if the number needs to be changed, and then re-voting to recommend. So that's typically done in a classroom, like down the hall, right? And it's a short meeting like we just did here. Jeff and I were discussing this, and directly after the meeting, the school board is going to have a virtual Zoom meeting where they're going to leave. Correct, Brian? Go home and do your meeting Zoom after
Correct.
deliberative. So they will essentially have the conch. They will have the Zoom. We could meet after that, but that usually, in my experience, I think that can be a long meeting, Brian. Yes.
well, it could be. I don't know why it would be, but it could be.
So one thing Jeff and I were discussing was maybe since we're doing it Zoom and remote, we could schedule and plan to do it maybe the night after, like the next night. And, we'd get the agenda out and the packets and all that. So just want to throw that out there. And Peter, you had your hand up, so feel free to comment.
So I'm good with the way you suggested, Todd, but I do want to point out that Zoom lets us have breakout sessions. So we could, in theory, sign in after the deliberative session to the same session the selectmen are in, and then all of the BudCom move over to the breakout room and have our own separate meeting in parallel.
Dean, is that something that's possible?
Unfortunately, it is not. The Zoom webinar platform does not allow breakout sessions. We can only do that in the regular Zoom meeting sessions, but not within webinar.
What? I went to a conference. I attended a conference where we
I
had
think it's-
breakout rooms.
I think
In
it's the
Zoom.
license that we have, though, is my guess. Yes.
Correct. I mean, we are licensed for the higher attendee webinar platform, but like when we're in situations when we are using breakout sessions, those are not done through webinar. Those have to be separate meetings. And unfortunately, there is not an option to, I don't know if it's because there's an audience or whatnot, but like we cannot do breakouts.
Have you updated your software?
We've checked it regularly.
Okay, because this was an update as of maybe 4 weeks ago.
So what I'm asking all of you is we either pull a late nighter and go after the school board's done, and you know, we could watch the school board meeting, of course, and then do it when they adjourn, or I'm asking you to do a Friday night. But I mean, really, who's going out on Friday nights anymore? these days?
Friday, yeah.
Every day is the same, isn't it? So just looking for a consensus and what folks are good with. I personally would like to do the Friday night at like 6 or 7 the next night. We're talking if it's 15 minutes, it's going to be long. Like it does not go that long. It's super fast.
It's fine.
But
Julie?
is the school board, is their meeting typically really long after this, after?
Well, they have so it's after the deliberative, which starts
Yeah.
at 7, right? And that could end at, who knows, right? Could end at 8, at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then they have to drive home. So they might not even start their meeting till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So even if it's only a 30-minute meeting, we're still looking at kind of a late night. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
Good point, Todd. I appreciate you thinking that through.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that.
that's why you elected me, right?
It's 'cause
As
you
your
guys live
esteemed
up-
chair.
You live up country in Danville, Todd. See, Julie and I in Atkinson, we're not thinking like that. You up country people in Danville, you got to leave. Look up there.
Hobbits from the Shire.
All right. So if you guys are all good with that, I'll have Jeff move forward with that, and we'll. That's kind of why he has TBD on here, post-deliberative session. So I don't think there's any statutes that say we have to do it right after the deliberative, right, Jeff?
No, it's more a matter that the ballots go up to print in relatively short order after. So that night, Friday, Monday, Fridays used to be a big deal years ago, trying to get people together. Probably not so much anymore. So
Things
Yeah.
have changed, Jeff.
things have changed.
Yeah. I'd say shoot for 7 p.m. and for the next night, and we'll wrap it up quick.
And frankly, the CBAs don't change. They can change, right? Your
Right.
capital reserve probably won't change.
Right.
And so we would only be meeting in the event that the operating budget changed.
Yeah.
If the default budget changes, I do have a question on that. I don't know that that would necessarily impact our vote. But if there's no change to the operating budget, then we wouldn't be meeting.
If
Okay.
it's a change to the number, we have a right to change our recommendation on that article.
Yeah.
I know Kathy Belcher mentioned the printing for the ballots, and she mentioned that she would like to have everything on Monday morning.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right.
She said Friday night was fine. Friday is fine.
She will. Okay, great.
Okay.
Very good.
Well, with that, I'll bid you all a good night, and we're going to adjourn at 9:24, and I'll see some of you, none of you, all of you on February the 4th.
Perfect.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you. Phillies, thank